Welcome to another exciting episode of American Warrior Radio, coming to you since 2009. If you or someone you know has ever worn the uniform of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, Space Force, or National Guard or Reserves, you've come to the right place, American Warrior Radio. We're always efforting to bring you news, notes, interviews, and current events for all things military and veteran related. The bumper music for American Warrior Radio is provided by none other than combat veteran and mill hop artist Stephen Hobbs. Thank you, Stephen. With that said, let's kick the tires and light the fires and get this episode off the ground. Hi, everybody. It's Garen Cohn with American Warrior Radio. Thank you for joining us, and I want to make a plea to you right now. Subscribe to the channel. You like what you see here, we bring it to you every week. Every new episode drops every Sunday. Tune in and spread it around, because this is an all-volunteer effort to bring you important information that you can use and, more importantly, share with others. We are here on this glorious day at the Veterans Memorial Center here in Brevard County, and we have a very special guest, somebody that's been instrumental in lifting this entire project up, none other than Army Captain Don Weaver. Hi, Don.
Garen, it's great to see you and Kim today and try to give a sort of a recollection of how important it is for teamwork and volunteers coming together to make things happen.
Oh, for sure. And you, as I mentioned, you've been instrumental in this. Before we get into that, though, a little bio. Tell our listeners and viewers.
Well, I'm delighted to tell you I grew up on the Space Coast.
You're the one. You're the native.
My dad and my father-in-law were both in the space program, from the Navajo to the space shuttle.
Oh, my.
And so we were living here many years, sometimes go to California 2 years, come back. But the bottom line, we've always knew we could retire here. I am a former Army officer. I actually enlisted in the Army, then in Vietnam. I was drafted in week 7 of basic training, so that was a good move.
I guess.
To get the MOS that I wanted to get.
Sure.
And I served all the way through captain on the DNZ of Korea. And then 2 years after that, as a basic training company commander, Fort Dix, New Jersey, the same company I went to basic in. The Army could not have possibly planned that. But the bottom line is my Army service I wanted to continue, but they were drawing down E7s, E8s, and captains during that time frame after Vietnam. So my wife and I decided to go to Florida State for grad school with a GI Bill, master's degree, almost doctorate, and I was hired by the Foreign Service, the State Department in Washington, D.C.
Which is where you spent a lot of time.
40-year career. Lived in 8 countries all over the world, traveled in 139 countries. America is the best one.
It is.
Had to learn 5 foreign languages. But it all brings me back to here as an Army veteran after our son was killed in combat in 2010.
Tell us a little bit about that. 2010.
First Lieutenant Todd Weaver. He had dropped out of college to go fight in the Iraq War. Came back, finished college, Phi Beta Kappa, at a great school called William and Mary in Virginia.
Sure.
And then was married and commissioned in 1 week in May of 2008 and became a father, and then fell about 2 weeks after he saw his daughter take her first steps. And the reason I mention that is not to make people sad, because the price of freedom is expensive.
Yes, it is.
But it is to remind people that we all have motivations, and I can't change what happened to Todd in Afghanistan in 2010, but I can do whatever I can do to tell Americans how important it is to acknowledge what veterans have done, to support veterans in need, and to remember that without veterans, there is no America.
You are so well spoken.
Important political statement. That's not politics.
No.
It's the truth.
It is the truth.
Started with the revolution, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure did. And you brought so much. That's a lot of history right now. For our viewers that are watching this, what's the takeaway from your involvement? You found an opportunity. You spent an entire career in the State Department along with your military, but you've got another career here.
Yeah, my wife accuses me of that. This career doesn't bring me income. But as a volunteer,
again, all volunteers.
Exactly. But we, by the way, have 79 volunteers. We have 500 members now
at the Veterans Memorial
Center, and we have depended on our volunteers. But back in 2014, when I first came and began leadership positions here, we made a decision. We had to find a way to involve high-level donations to try to create something. We had a $750,000 building that was closed for 2 years due to hurricane damage.
Right.
That was here, but we didn't have the spark that we needed. We had a lot of acres, 82 acres, but it wasn't usable. So we put in a grant. We got tremendous help from the local legislators, and Tallahassee approved a $1.5 million grant to build a beautiful museum that you'll show your viewers later.
Yes.
With the 3-story tower. That was a grant from the state. We raised another $600,000 from in-kind and other donations in the 3-year period to put the cabinets in to improve this building, which had a lot of upgrades that were needed. And then as the years went by, the county came in right after that and did the first park upgrade, a second one 6 years later. And now we are waiting for the county commissioners to approve a already in hand $7.9 million from Tourist Development Corporation Council, the state of Florida again, and the county to complete this amphitheater and electrification, security, a new building that will have more restrooms and memorial trees, all kinds of things that we have planned.
A lot of money
happen
gone
starting in May.
Yeah. Sure. A lot of money's gone into this place, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And we'll show you a bit of it here and there. But it must cost a lot to come here and see this.
Nothing.
Oh, it's free.
It's not just because we want to have free for everybody. We do rely on donations, and we're averaging about $1.50 a donation for every visitor in the museum, which is right now a little over 1,000 people every month. We'd like it to be much more. We also, by the way, average about 35 states a month and about 5 or 6 foreign countries a month to come and visit. And we are a museum that it truly does keep history alive. We're not going to take down the rebel flag because that's history.
It is. It's part of our history.
We're going to not take down the swastika because that was our enemy during World War II, or the rising sun and the Japanese. So the bottom line is we are focused and blessed to have such great support from both the people and the politicians in Brevard County. And I always tell people there is no better county that I've ever heard about to be a veteran in and try to do things in support of veterans than Brevard County, Florida.
Well, you've said a lot, and I just want to share with everybody. Look out behind us right now. This is the Indian/Banana River behind us. You can fish off the pier here. You can have picnics here. There's a memorial garden. Don, it's just amazing. If somebody wanted to memorialize a lost loved one or somebody that's serving right now, they can do that.
This is a great thing. We have 3 different main ways to do that. Bricks that can be memorial bricks, but also can honor loved ones of all types, including my name is out there. I think I'm still alive.
As it should be. Well,
as part of my family, I have 2 bricks, for example, that trace my grandparents, World War I veterans, all the way through Todd, who fell in Afghanistan, our whole family. We have benches that will be able to go in the park later once the park improvements are completed. And we also have memorial trees. We've already had 27 trees have been obtained, and they have beautiful signs. Little dog tags will go around the tree as they grow. Wow. And that will be a memory of a lot of special people or families, a lot of different things to do. So we encourage people to remember, no matter how hard the cost you paid or how you want to recognize somebody who fell or somebody who's still alive, this is a wonderful place to do it. We upgrade the bricks every 3 years. So this is every brick you can read, you can understand. And we will keep that going. Nothing gets faded. And as you'll see later on when you go out there, it really is beautiful and a fitting tribute to whoever decides to honor. And that is one of the big ways, since we don't charge for anything, making a tax-deductible donation to purchase a brick is tax-deductible, and that is the proceeds after the cost of doing it go back into our operating budget, which is crucial for our success.
Of course. And again, we're talking with Don Weaver of the Veterans Memorial Center here on Merritt Island in Brevard County. Brevard County is extraordinarily supportive of our past and present military members and their families. They come out here. I just want people to understand this is an opportunity for you to come out and experience so many different things.
Yes.
Not just historical, but living and breathing and moving, especially with the improvements to the amphitheater being added and what have you. So there's a lot going on. I appreciate you spending some time with our audience.
It's great to see you today.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate what Ava does in our community, and we are a partnership.
Yes, we are.
Always will be.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Again, this is Garen Cohn with American Warrior Radio. Listen, don't forget, thank a vet. Hi everyone, it's Garen Cohn with American Warrior Radio. I'm here with my good friend Christian. We're here to deliver a very important message about a crisis in our land.
Suicide prevention, more specifically, veteran suicide prevention.
22 a day are taking their own lives. This must stop. This can't continue. If you or someone you know is contemplating suicide, please know that God has tomorrow planned for you. Don't take your own life. And just remember, suicide is a permanent solution
to a temporary problem.
I want to remind you that AVET Project must raise funds for our PR&R retreats for active duty and veterans. PR&R, Project Recuperation and Reintegration Retreats. It changes lives. Help us, help them, and help yourself to a chance at winning this Kel-Tec KSG 410 shotgun. You've seen Kel-Tec in the movies, John Wick, Hawaii Five-0, all over. Go to the website, avet-project.org. Drawing is to be held on Patriot Day 2024. That's 9/11/2024. Until next time, don't forget, thank a vet.